All right, hello GDQ. Welcome to Elden Ring. Any percent glitchless. I am blanxz. I am a top runner for this category. This is my personal favorite speedrun category. I am joined by my couch. If you guys like to introduce yourselves.
Hello, I am Aggie. I have Elden some rings in my time.
I am mitchriz. I've shown this particular runoff at a previous GDQ. I'm not such a top spot anymore, but you know, I'll be helping walk us through it. And
my name is Spicee. I also used to run Elden Ring, and I was here for the 20-minute Firth showcase earlier.
the 20-minute Firth.
Yeah, so I am really excited to showcase this run for you guys, and we seem like we're just about ready to get started. So if you guys are ready, we'll count us in. You want to start from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So we start in the Chapel of Anticipation. It is the tutorial area of the game. We are going to be picking the Samurai starting class because it has a very nice stat spread. It's got very, very good equipment. I'm going to start out by taking off my my arrows, excuse me. We're going to be performing the first tech of the run. It's called a bow cancel. You end up hitting it. So the idea behind that is we are going to be canceling the fall animation by two-handing our bow in midair. So it just like saves a couple of seconds across the whole run. Here we're just going to be running through the intro. There is a boss here, the Grafted Scion. We're just going to be jumping right on past it, triggering the boss, and then just dying because it's a scripted death anyway.
Yeah,
great work, blanxz.
Let's go.
Yeah, so Mitch, do you want to give us a little background on the run? You know, what's going to be happening in the next hour or so?
Yeah, of course. Basically, this run is the any percent run, so we need to get all the way through to the final boss. The basic steps that we need to do are we need to get access to the Altus Plateau. That's kind of the mid-game area. We need to get 2 Great Rune bosses in order to unlock the Capital Lane Dell, and from there, it's going to be a pretty linear path. Along the way, we are going to want to get ourselves a powerful weapon that we're going to be doing that a little bit later, as well as some powerful different buffs and talismans and things like that so that we can kill the bosses a lot faster. There's a lot of bosses in this run, so if we are not powerful, it would be a very slow time if we try to just directly run at them. So it starts out, and we're going to go get Torrent, who is our trusty steed in this one, and so we're going to run all the way over to the Gatefront Grace, where we're going to get him, and from there it's going to be a lot faster once we get him. Until we do get him, it's a little bit slow walking here, so if we want to get a couple of donations in here, I think that would be great.
Absolutely. Anonymous starts us off with a $25 donation. They say, Elden Ring is hard and scary, facts. Let's see some DLC so I don't have to play it myself, less than 3. Thanks so much for that. Somebody else here is pretty hyped up on the talking with the crowd. Jesku Hatsune donates $25 and say, let me hear you say Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
Say Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
Then step this way, step that way. Yeah, I don't get it either, but hey, I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for that donation.
Okay, so we are running through Limgrave. We are just going to be collecting a few items. We stopped at the Merchant Kale and the Church of Ella. We bought some throwing daggers and the crafting kit. We're also going to be picking up these root resin off the ground here. These are the little materials you use for the crafting mechanic. We're going to be crafting bleed grease with those. Those apply a bleeding effect to your weapons. So we're just going to be running towards the first grace to meet Melina and get our trusty steed, so we can maybe get 1 or 2 more donations in here.
Sure, absolutely. Big old Dave dude donates $25 and says, let's get that Shadow of the Air Tree run. All the love from everyone in the Blanket crew.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, and thank you so much to Lonesy Carp. They donate $50. They say, if I can't beat Elden Ring on my own, then the least I can do is donate for someone else to beat it for my amusement. Good luck on the run, blanxz.
Thank you. Okay, so we now have our mount for the run, so we're going to be teleporting back to the first step grace, and we're going to be grabbing one of the 2 fragments of the Dectus Medallion, which is actually the objective. Like Mitch was stating earlier, we need to get to the Altus Plateau, which is our mid-game area. So we're going to be heading to this ruins here, the Dragon Burnt Ruins. We're going to be taking a trap chest to Caelid, and from there we're going to be able to go to Fort Feroth, which is going to contain one of the 2 medallions, and we're also going to grab some stuff on the way. But yeah, I'm really excited to show off this run. It's got really cool boss fights. I'm really excited to show off what this game has in store. Also, of course, we are pushing for that DLC incentive, so please get those in. But yeah, while we're just making our way over to Kaled, anything else you guys want to add about the run? What are you guys excited to see?
Oh, I'm excited to see these boss fights, especially later in. They get really intense. Especially this entire run, you hardly get any health. And so it's like a single hit could pretty much kill blanxz if he makes a mistake. But I know he won't. He'll do a great job with all these boss fights.
He's got it.
He's got it.
Yeah, it wouldn't be an Elden Ring speedrun if you didn't run around doing nothing for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
There is that.
An open world game. That's how it goes.
I do find it pretty fun that we get to use this trap chest, which is supposed to be sort of a gotcha, oh, we're trapped. And we use that actually just to get to Kaled faster, because it's just a very quick warp here. We are going to need to eventually rest in order to get rid of that trapped state, but surprisingly, we don't do it at this grace. We're actually going to do it at the next one that we pick up at the church, because there's this interesting thing where when you quit out on graces, some of them make you stand up slowly and some of them make you stand up quickly, and for some reason the church is a fast one, so we'll do that. It gets a little complicated. The point is, it's fast if we rest at the next grace instead.
Yeah, so we're coming up here on what's called Celia Skip. I'm going to be doing some clever parkour up these branches, and we're going to be bypassing the gate in the back that's sealed by a, thank you. This is the second part right here. This is actually going very, very smoothly, so.
Yeah, that was clean.
That is a
clean,
hard
yeah.
skip, by the way. That is, that one, it got me last year. I died, I think it was multiple times trying to do that one. So blanxz makes it look way too easy there. That was an awesome Celia skip.
Okay, yeah, so here we're going to be making use of that mechanic that Mitch was just speaking of. Yeah, so it's just really weird. Like when you light a grace and you quit out, it'll load us back in and we'll be able to just rest instantly. So it saves a little bit of in-game time. We're going to be resting here right away, and that will spawn in Melina once again, because there's a few different things to trigger her. You can either start the Margit fight and be unsuccessful and then rest again, or you can just leave Limgrave and she will come and take you back to Round Table Hold. We actually need to do this one time. Even though we're not going to be using the blacksmith there or really doing anything there, we just have to go there one time to fulfill that quest of getting to the capital. There's a seal up over the capital, and you need to enter Round Table Hold once, so we're going to be taking care of that. Also going to be getting untrapped from Kaled, and we're going to be heading back to the Celia Crystal Tunnel. We're going to be grabbing a quick stone here, a quick upgrade material, which isn't required. It's a little bit out of the way, but it's going to help a lot with the boss fights later.
Oh. Hopefully Torrent actually listens to the whistle. Come on, Torrent. We're working on a speed run here.
So yeah, we're just we're in our setup phase, the dreaded setup phase of these runs. This is really like the most optimal path through the early game, though. To be honest, like that's why I like this category so much, because it really is just like cutting down on that setup time as much as you possibly can. We're only grabbing absolutely what we need for the run and nothing else. So yeah, I don't know. Anything else you guys want to add before we go to more donations?
I think we're good for now, and I'm seeing that donation
donations.
counter flying upwards.
Oh,
Let's
yeah,
use
it
those.
is. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you all so much. You know all these donations go to MSF. It's so fantastic. I'm going to do something that I don't love doing, but, you know, I will be happy to throw my voice out if you want to send me some impressions. Like, let's go. Anyway, we have $250 from Edible Cape. They say, "Curse you, Bale!" Elden Ring is my favorite games. Is one of my favorite games of all time. We got to see that DLC incentive met. And $500 from Dave Calzone, who says, 2 million, let's go. Another $500 donation from Al the Time Shark. They say, I'm starting to think these rings aren't that old.
They're pretty old. I think they're pretty old. They get shattered and mended a few times, but like they were old before all that, I think.
You a lore master, Mitch?
Not at all. But I'm guessing.
Didn't think so.
They seem old. They seem old.
I agree. They give the impression.
Yeah. Here is where we are going to get the Dectus medallion, the first half, the 1 of 2. We're also going to grab some important items here. We're going to get a talisman that increases our 4 most important stats, all by 5, which is a lot. That's basically 20 levels worth. It also increases the damage that you take as a trade-off for being so powerful. But, you know, blanxz isn't going to get hit, so that'll be totally fine.
Yeah, we're also going to be grabbing one extra item here. We're going to be grabbing a extra golden rune, actually. This is worth like 7K, I believe. So it is beneficial to come to these later game areas early, as you can see. We're just getting like super powerful right now. That's kind of like the benefit of the game being open world, is that we have, we have the entire world to explore. So yeah, we're picking up that talisman there. It is the Radagon Sword Seal, like Mitch mentioned. It raises all your combat stats, so your health, your stamina, your strength, and your dexterity. So yeah, we're heading back to the first step. We fulfilled half of the quest to get to Altus Plateau. We need to head towards Fort Height now, which is going to be our next objective. And we're going to actually be grabbing one more really important thing. That's one thing that I actually like about this category, is that it just works so well. Like, everything that you'll see later is just like perfectly on route, to where we're not wasting like any time going places where we don't need to be. So very, very efficient routing, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that is for sure. Yeah, we're basically, as we travel over to this other fort, we've got a few things we might mention as we're there, but probably could get a couple donations in along the way.
Absolutely. Another $500 donation. Thank you so much to Squiddilla. They say, I tried the doll tactic, and with a dagger and pine resin, she does not get stuck in a loop like that. Just kidding, dude. Good luck, blanxz. You're going to absolutely demolish this run. You're a pillar of the Souls community and a huge inspiration to us all. P.S. Sorry for the copy pasta, but I had to. Thank you to Comfortable for your $25 donation. They say, playing Elden Ring as I watch this. Going to need the pros to show me how it's done.
You can keep going.
Sure. Groove Penguin donates $25 and says, hyped to see Elden Ring. Let's get that bonus DLC run. Thank you for that, Groove Penguin. Yeah, we really need to start a push here, y'all. How about this? How about we start a $5, $10 donation train, whatever you're feeling. What I love most, I say this all the time when I host, but one of the things I love most is synchronizing it to where it all starts pouring in at the same minute. So let's get your screens ready. How about at 15 minutes, we start a $10 donation train, $5 if you can only get half a ticket. That's fine. We'll still pick you up. Don't worry. But get those donations in, and as soon as we hit 2 million, we'll get that bonus DLC.
All right. Yeah, so here we are arriving at Fort Height. We're quickly going to be picking up some St. Trina's arrows, which are going to be very important later for a certain boss that I'm sure that you guys know of by this point already. It's a very, very annoying fight, and we're going to be picking up those St. Trina's arrows. We're going to be putting them to sleep, and we're going to be heading into the fort to grab the other half of the Deckless Medallion. We're also going to be grabbing a few of these blood roses right here outside of the fort. That is the other component required to craft the bleeding grease. So we're going to get, I think, 5.
You ended up with 6. Got a little lucky there.
So basically, we have a lot of extra grease in case we need to retry a boss fight or something. That's the main idea. And here we're going to be grabbing the Nomadic Warrior Cookbook. This one's responsible for the bleeding grease recipe. So as you guys can see, like literally everything is like perfectly en route, and that's like the reason why this run actually works. This is the final iteration of what was in the 2 years of the game being out. There was a route that came along that used the Serpent Hunter instead of the weapon that we use now. That one had like a lot more setup time, but somebody decided one day, hey, why don't we just rush Dectus, rush Altus Plateau, and that's how this route was birthed. So do you want to give a little bit more insight on that route, Mitch?
Yeah, so basically, because we had to get we had to get to Altus Plateau, and we also had to get Great Runes, and we also had to get a weapon. It was thought, oh, let's do all of those in one shot by going to the Volcano Manor, which has Rykard, who's a Great Rune boss. It has the Serpent Hunter, which is an awesome weapon, and it exits directly out into the Altus Plateau. Seemed like the perfect plan. Turns out somehow it's slow. It feels really fast, and then you actually time it, and you go, oh, that's like minutes slower. How is that? But nobody figured that out for like the first year that the game was out. And then finally, everyone really looked really closely at all the different paths we could do and figured out that this Bloodhound Fang was faster. It really revitalized the speedrun, got like tons of people back into it. I don't know that I ever even did a Serpent Hunter run, but as soon as Bloodhound Fang was here, I love this weapon. I came in, I think this new route that we have is so much fun. Did you guys do the Bloodhound Fang route or the Serpent Hunter?
I did some Serpent Hunter.
Ooh, yeah, he's a little old school.
A little bit old.
I was on the
school,
Serpent Hunter too.
Yeah,
all
so
the early stuff.
They're a little older school on this, but yeah, the new route, super fun, super optimized, as blanxz was saying, where everything is directly along the way, so we get to just kind of breeze right through this early game and get into those fun boss fights a lot quicker.
We have a little skip. Thankfully, we ended up landing that. That one's like a little bit harder than it looks. That one is like, you have to make sure that you're not jumping too late. Basically, this is like the route that you would take if you wanted to skip Godric's castle. The game is fully open world pretty much, so you can access almost any area from the very start. So for those of you that missed it on your first playthrough, you can actually just run along past Stormvale Castle. And we're going to be doing another little skip here, little parkour skip. We're going to be falling down into Liurnia, which is going to be the next major area. And we're going to be heading towards Altus Plateau now. Now that we've had now that we've gotten both of the Declos Medallion fragments, we're going to be heading on down.
blanxz, if I could chime in real quick. I just want to say, if y'all want to see number go brrr, the train's going to take off in 15 seconds. So get those donations ready.
For sure. You can actually read a couple for us.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, I have, of course, a $25 donation from Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy. Yeah. Can I get a Rykard impression? Now we can devour the gods together.
It's pretty good.
That was really good, actually.
I like it.
Thank you. And another $50 donation from Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy. They say, now we can devour the frames together. I am tired of that one.
We need more impressions, honestly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, it's all for Doctors Without Borders, am I right? $15 from Grace Yaps, who says, you got this, blanxz, go so fast.
Thank you, Grace. Yeah, so we're taking this teleporter here to the Academy of Raya Lucaria. Like Mitch mentioned before, the old route that used Serpent Hunter, you would go into the, you would go inside the Academy of Raya Lucaria, and then you would get abducted by an enemy, and they would take you to the Volcano Manor. Instead, we're going to be taking another teleporter. We're going to be heading towards the blacksmith for the run. We're going to be heading towards EG, and from there, there's going to be a quick 1 or 2 minute run up to the Altus Plateau. So yeah, I guess we have more time for more donations.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a $250 donation from Igon.
Yes, I'm ready.
That's right.
I'm ready.
Curse you, blanxz! I hereby vow you will rue this day. Behold, a true GDQ warrior. This sounds like my Steve Austin. And I, Igon, your fears made flesh. Solid of timing you might be, foul runner, but I will riddle with holes your rotten run, with a hail of donations, with every last drop of my being.
Yes.
That was so good.
A+. All right, to mention the reason that we need to get to this particular blacksmith, EG, because there is also a blacksmith back at the round table hold that we could just upgrade our stuff there. It's because he sells somber smithing stones 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the 4 first ones that we need to get, he just sells them all. We don't have to go around collecting them. We can just get a bunch of runes and come back and buy them, and this game is kind of pay to win in that way, I guess, you know.
One-stop shop.
Yes, absolutely.
Can't be beat.
Yeah, so we used that rune that we picked up before in the Dragon Bear. We're going to be stopping at a merchant here. We're going to actually be grabbing 2 things. We're going to be buying a bow. We're going to be buying the composite bow and a rune arc. We do already have a bow. We have the longbow. However, in Elden Ring, they actually reworked the way that bow combat works, and there's a difference between short bows and longbows. So longbows only have access to like normal draw attacks, Ashes of War, which are the weapon arts, and then and that's it. But short bows, they have access to the new reworked moveset, which is going to be sprint attacks and rolling attacks, I believe, as well as the jump attacks. So that's going to be really helpful for that boss later that we were mentioning with the St. Trina's arrows. It's going to be much easier to get that sleep off if you can, you know, rapid fire those shots off. It's just way less painful than using the longbow.
Yeah, and especially because the amount of arrows that you need in order to get it doesn't really change. Having a faster bow just means we can get those couple of arrows in that we need for the sleep much faster. There is a route that skips buying this just so that you don't have to pick up that other rune and things like that. But it's a lot harder, it's a lot riskier. Oh, 1.9.
Let's go.
Hey, yes, great job, everyone. We just got to 1.9 million raised for MSF. Y'all know we're about to start a countdown. As soon as it gets to 1901, let me hear that 99.
Ooh, counting down from 100. I love it.
Countdown from 100. We go hard here. Let's go Twitch chat.
Let's go Twitch chat. All right, here we finally have made it to the Grand Lift Adeptus, which does get us into the Altus Plateau. This is the mid-game area you must have access to because it's kind of where the rest of the game is. And so with this, we are basically going to be kind of rushing straight through it, unsurprisingly, and getting to the boss at the end of it. And that boss at the end of it is actually going to be the first boss that we kill. This is like a mid-game boss. This boss has a lot of health, a lot of damage, easily is going to one-shot blanxz, but I think he's got some strategies up his sleeve that are going to make it so we can take him out pretty quickly here.
Yeah, so that basically is the reason why this route actually works, is because of the fact that we have a strat for the boss coming up ahead here. With the Serpent Hunter route, you would have to get set up before that ended up happening. Before you could fight that boss, you would need to be like set up and you need all your buffs and everything. But we were just going to run straight towards him. But Melo, I think this is a perfect time for a couple donations.
Yeah, how about this? Adam donates $8,000. Wow. $8,000 from Adam. Thank you so much. They say, shout out to Sir Gideon Offnear the All-Knowing, representing the best of Elden drip. Here's some of the wisdom he's accumulated over the years. Dog ahead, offer fingers.
I thought we were going to get a few more of those.
There was more, yeah, there was more coming.
Oh, I can keep reading donations.
Sure,
Yeah,
let's go.
how about this? $10 from Admiral Sarge. They say, I command thee, donate. Thank you so much for that. We have from the Fifth Mat. They donate $1,700. Yeah, thanks so much. They say, I knew you'd come to stand before the Elden Plink, to become the Elden Plonk. You'll let Gideon roll away, right, blanxz?
Maybe if we get some more donations, I don't know.
Please, no. Please. I do not
real
want
out
to
of
fight
hand,
that.
dude.
Yeah, and we have, oh, you want to fight this boss, don't you?
Not this one.
No,
We're
not this.
good.
Just
We're good. A
go.
little
Okay,
longer.
great. Dolphin Slayer donates $15. They say $15 to buy my donation train ticket. Let's get that DLC. Go blanxz. Yeah, give it up for blanxz, y'all. $100 from Verdant Hope. I'll buy 10 tickets for all the great people I've met at my first GDQ. Let's get this torrential flood of donations for MSF going.
Thank you so much, Melo. So we are going to be heading towards the boss at the end of the level here. It is a
83.
73.
Something
like that.
I swear I'm a math teacher, or was.
We're doing a quick little jump skip here, and we're going to be heading towards the Draconic Tree Sentinel. Like Mitch mentioned, we have not put any investment into our build or weapon whatsoever. All we have is this Uchi Katana. We have some bleed greases. We have the Radagon Sword Seal. We don't really have much equipment, but we are going to show you. We're going to show you quite possibly the coolest strat that I think has come out of this run, and is the reason why this run actually works. It's going to involve the hardest boss in all of From Software games, Gravity, of all things. So yeah, we're just going to ride past these golem archers, and we are going to be aggroing him, and we're going to be baiting him towards the cliffside. And I will ask for quiet here while we execute this little trick. So Mitch, you want to give us some commentary while we go for this?
Yeah, so basically, blanxz going to have to concentrate here. He's going to try to stand in a very specific spot in order to bait the boss to come over at us. He's going to hope for no fireballs, so he runs away right at... No, there's one. That's okay. Only one. Okay, he's going to get into a specific spot, and then the parry is very precise. He has to be close enough. Good. Run behind him, hit him in the butt,
And he's dead.
don't even watch him fall.
No.
Very nice. That's another one of those things where it is much harder than it looks.
Much harder than it looks.
A little bit finicky there. You have to walk into him with the parry. That's kind of like what you have to learn. That's kind of the learning curve of that skip. Let's go. All right. So we are pretty much now heading to... I think I may have warped too early. Is that?
I think you did.
You think
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, might have to run a little later. That's
It's
okay.
all right. Yeah, it's not a big
I can load a save file and do that once again if
Well,
you guys...
double check.
Double
See if
check?
you've got
Okay.
the...
I have it. Okay,
got
cool,
it.
cool,
We're
cool.
good.
I got very nervous there for a minute.
It's frame perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to be leveling up our stats a little bit here because we got that huge influx of runes. We're going to be going to 15 strength, 23 dexterity, and then we are going to get 12 faith, do our flask there. We're going to be doing almost all mana flasks, and we're going to be applying bleed grease on our weapon. If one of you want to take it away for the boss that we're going to be killing here, I will be focusing for that.
Yeah, so basically, with the bleed grease, he's going to be using that for a quick stagger. The bleed does cause a stagger on Bloodhound Knight Darrowell, so hopefully we've got a bit of a script, but only if Bloodhound Knight plays a little nicely with one of his attacks. So he starts with a weapon art, very powerful attack, dodges with a specific timing, tries to stay out of his range. Great, another weapon art to stagger. Now he's going to just hit him a few more times to cause a bleed stagger, which is just enough for one more weapon art, and he's got it.
All right, so now we have the main weapon for the run. We have the Bloodhound's Fang that I'm sure a lot of you used in your first playthrough because this weapon is very, very good. It's got a couple of unique properties. We're going to be leveling it up here using the Somber Sifting Stones available from EG. We're going to be buying 1 through 4, and then we're going to be leveling to +5. And so what makes this weapon so good is the fact that it's a somber weapon, which is very, very easy to upgrade. As you can see, we're already +5. We're going to be warping back to the first step to fight the Tree Sentinel that you guys also probably fought on your first playthrough. But it's going to look a lot different than some other playthroughs you may have seen on Twitch.
All right, so blanxz basically is going to be mostly using the weapon art here on the Bloodhound's Fang. It's very powerful. It also has some...
Oh!
Okay. That was not quite how we intended it to go, but basically he's going to use the weapon art, and with a few of those, we're going to cause a stagger, and then we're going to use the iframes of the weapon art in order to go through the enemy's attacks and hit him while he's trying to hit us. There is some stamina management that's pretty tricky with it. You'll also see him crouching. Crouching is to help get back stamina a little quicker, and hopefully he can get it here this time.
I think I may have over-damaged him last time, so I'm +5.
That's, yeah, it is very specific.
So the unique property of the Bloodhound's Fang is the fact that it has these iframes during the Bloodhound's Finesse Ash of War. We're going to be trying to use that. I'm going to get hit here, which is fine. I will be able to just take him out in one more. Yeah, like I said, the follow-up on the Bloodhound's Finesse Ash of War, it allows you to iframe attacks. Thank you. So we're going to be heading towards the first Great Rune boss of the run, which is going to be Radahn. We are going to be doing a quick skip that is honestly the most controversial skip in all of Elden Ring, to be honest, the Radahn stake skip. So we are going to be riding Torrent onto this cliffside, and for some reason, we're going to jump once, we're going to jump twice. For some reason, they did not add a kill box here. So we are just going to fall into the arena, and we're just going to die, and we're going to respawn using the Stake of America.
Actually, blanxz, they did add a kill box. They just didn't make it big enough so we can jump around it.
Oh,
so
okay.
That, you know.
Seems intended to me.
Perfectly intended.
Yes, yes. All right, so the Radahn kill is going to involve basically doing some specific buffs as he is riding up towards Radahn, only summoning one NPC for just a little bit of extra damage and stagger, and then he's got a very specific attack that he's looking for, and very specific attacks that blanxz is going to do in order to stagger him at just the right time. So, as he rides up here, we first do a little thing where we run away from Radahn, and that gets him to start charging at us instead of trying to fire arrows. He's going to buff with this bleed grease for extra bleeding. And let's see if we can get the right attack. There it is. That's good. Okay, do exactly a set number of attacks here. Get under his attack. Very nice. Now we do enough damage that we force him into his transition, so we know exactly what move he's going to do here. Get behind him, hit him a few more times, do this weapon art, actually intentionally take the hit here for stamina. Hit him in the back a couple times, and then the next hit should stagger him. Boom, hit him in the face, take the riposte, and he should be just about dead. Very nice. He might be dead here. There it is.
I love that kill.
That is a great kill.
I like that you have to tag in Tragoth to do like 2 damage.
Literally, it makes the difference there.
Yep.
Okay, so we are going to be quitting out here to trigger the cutscene to happen here where the comet falls down into Limgrave. We're going to be skipping the cutscene, and we're going to be taking out our favorite pot friend, unfortunately. Can I get a pot friend in chat?
Well, you know, with the DLC, we've learned some lore here, so I feel a little less bad than I did before, so...
I'm sorry. He drops the best talisman in the game. It's not my fault.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah, so that Warrior Jar Shard, it increases our Ash of War damage. That's going to be buffing our Bloodhound's Finesse Ash of War. It's going to be, at, I believe, like a 10% damage buff. But like I said before, pretty much everything you need on this route is like available as soon as you possibly get there. So we are fully set up now, I believe. I think all we need is just runes for levels, but our character is now ready to go. So you guys saw us run past Stormvale Castle earlier, but we are returning because we do need one more Great Rune boss to enter the capital, and that's going to be Godric, who is the second fastest outside of Verdun. But first, we have to take care of Margit, which is a very, very different fight to what people normally are used to from casual playthroughs. As you can see, we're all set up, and we're going to take him out. And I believe it's like 7 or 8 hits. You start with a charge R2. Gonna iframe this, stagger him, do 2 more R1s, and then 2 more Ashes of War that should take care of him, barring any incidents. Okay, there we go.
Ooh. Nice. blanxz playing a little risky with that. He tried to get in before the enemy attack. Usually it's after, but he got it.
So we're going to be equipping that Warrior Jar Shard. We do actually get a Talisman Pouch from killing Margit, which is very nice. We're going to be opening the main gate here. We're going to be running through Stormvale Castle. So Melo, take it away. We have a couple of donations that you could read.
Yeah, okay, great. Let's see. There's so many to pick from. Okay, $50 from Park and Harbor. They say, go blanxz, that's my goat. Also, can I get a Mesmer impression by whoever wants to do it? Not me, one of y'all.
What does he say?
Something in the embrace of Mesmer's flame.
Okay.
Pretty good.
I don't remember the first part of that, but you know.
How about this? $250 from mitchriz brother. They say, I hear someone on the couch does a Bane impression. Maybe we can entice Mitch with more donations?
Bane? I do a Bane impression?
I actually do a Bane impression.
Oh, well, so, I would love for you to do the Bane impression.
How about this? Scorching Ray donates $15 and says, I don't know Elden Ring, but I'm enjoying these impressions. Next Brutal Melo impression is Runner's Choice. What do you pick, blanxz?
Say it again?
Just say Bane.
Say that again?
Just say the word Bane.
Bane.
Okay. Okay, stop laughing. I need a second. You think darkness is your ally. You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man.
All right.
Well done, well done.
We knocked out so much with one go there. Great job, y'all.
All right, so we're heading to our second Great Rune boss here, Godric. He is going to be taken out pretty similarly to Margit here. I'm gonna put out here to reset the enemy's aggro. But Godric here is gonna die about as quickly as Margit did. This level is definitely scaled down to, you know, I don't know, maybe +2 or +3 weapons, but we are really, really set up right now. So we're going to be starting with a Golden Vow, and then we're going to be taking a certain line. Hopefully we can get the opener that we want. We did.
Excellent.
So the axe is going to go over our head, and then we're going to need to do another charge R2. That's okay, we can improvise here.
Yeah.
We do Ash of War, and then we need to do a charge R2, but we're going to be strafing these blows real quick. Getting a stagger.
Nice.
And then we're going to take the riposte, then we're going to do 2 more Ashes of War, and that should be the fight.
You might need one extra attack after, but you should be fine to have the time for that. Maybe
I didn't bleed him.
Couple more. There it is. All right.
All right, so we're going to be quitting out there, which forces the death animation to go a little bit faster. When you load back in, it will take a couple of seconds, then he will have the kill confirmed. We're going to open our warp menu, and once you hear that sound, you can go ahead and you can warp away. We are now entering the Leyndell capital. We're going to be doing a quick skip here, but first we're going to level up our character. But yeah, Melo, we can do 1 or 2 more donations right now.
Yeah, sure. Some of our more observant viewers may have noticed a little while ago, we kind of skipped some numbers. What was that all about? That's because it's very observant. Good job. Okay, all right. The Yeti donates $25,000. They say, hey all, Yeti here. You want to know how to count down faster? Skip some numbers. Let's go.
You do like 2 more?
2 more? Okay. $10 from Dancing Bear in the voice of Stone Cold. Oh, it's the what thing again. All right, y'all ready? blanxz! What? I said blanxz! What? I said blanxz!
What?
It's gonna play that Elden Ring DLC, and we are crossing 2 million!
Okay, so we are lighting the Grace in Leyndell Royal Capital. We need to come back here, so we're gonna light this one so we can come back to it. We're gonna do a quick skip here that you guys can actually do at home. It was patched in a previous patch, but there is a way to do it on the current version. I'm gonna be using a bow for the setup here. I'm gonna be using my mouse to line it up. Gonna queue up my Mighty Shot, land on this little ledge right here, aim my compass in a certain way, and then do a backstep off the edge. Hopefully we'll land on this little lip right here. We did. And then there's one more part right here. We just land on this rooftop. And that should be the skip.
Excellent skip. Okay, he said you could do that at home. It's a little precise on the lineup. I don't know about just going and doing it, but yeah, very impressive skip there. And yeah, gets us down here a lot faster than kind of going around the whole thing. Only gets us maybe halfway through this sort of area, but yeah, we are gonna go through now and get to the next part, which is gonna be the gold-free fight. So named because he's kind of a repeat of Godfrey fight, but in this sort of golden hue. And we are gonna even pick up, you're gonna pick up the rune along the way, or the rune arc?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so pick up a few things along the way. We've got some nice pickups over here. And if we're a little stealthy here, nothing should get into combat, so we can just keep jumping up these. Normally, you'd be in combat and we would lose stamina, but not in combat. You can just jump up real quick here. And then he's gonna grab this rune arc, which doesn't normally really do anything if you don't have a great rune equipped, and we are not gonna go activate a great rune. Those towers take minutes to get to, but if you activate it with no great rune, it does increase your HP by, I think it's about 10%, which is just enough to survive a couple, it might be 5. It's very little, hard to even notice, but it's just enough to survive some hits. So it's gonna be pretty nice for this run here.
Yeah, so we're gonna be running up this branch here in a minute. We're gonna be, as Mitch mentioned before, we're gonna be fighting gold-free, and this is actually the reason why I opted for +5 on this run. It makes the gold-free fight very, very comfy. It's just gonna be a couple of Ashes of War, and then we're going to be doing 4 R1s, and then it should be, that should be it. We can stagger and get through a post and whatever. But we need to avoid these enemies right here, because these enemies will chase us to the boss arena, and they can actually like go inside, like, believe it or not. If the fog wall is not actually like activated, which is going to be this instance here, they can actually follow you into the fight. So we're going to be quitting out here as we get up here. But yeah, these 2 fights coming up, these are one of the two hardest fights in the run, so I will need a little bit of concentration. I'm going to quit out here to break aggro, and if anyone wants to take it away, you're more than welcome.
You know this fight?
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
All right.
I don't know if I'm going to be quite at the level of expertise that you guys have, but yeah, I mean, basically with gold-free, you're going to want to just kind of circle strafe him counterclockwise, and he'll whiff a lot, and you'll be able to get your big charge attacks off in between the hits.
Yeah, it's sort of nice, a scripted opener.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, he's just going to do the R1s here, as well as jumping R1s. Okay. But yeah, just getting just the right amount of both stagger and damage, so that with the next weapon art right here, he gets the stagger, hits him in the face, takes the riposte, ooh, vacuumed in, and just one more hit and he should be down. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
That fight's also scary as well as the next one, because if you see his HP is like almost default at this point still. He's very, very squishy.
Yeah, if he had taken a single hit, he definitely would have died there. Luckily, there is this mechanic called a Stake of America in the game, where basically you don't always get sent back all the way to the last Grace, but there are these kind of checkpoints where if you die, you can respawn there. So it wouldn't have been a far walk, but the second time around, his AI is a little bit different, so it would have been harder.
All right, so here we're going to be showing off a quick little stealth here. Going to sneak past this enemy. Hopefully it doesn't notice me. Very, very nice. So the way that works is that the enemy doesn't actually like activate their tracking until they get fully up, so that we can just run on past them, we can light the Grace, and then we can rest at it. So going into the Morgott fight here, the Omen King, one of probably the most complex fights. Like when we were routing this run, this fight was one of the ones that you just had to put hours into of practice. Everyone here on the couch knows how precise this boss can be, so I'll let you guys talk through this one as well.
Yeah, this is, for me, the scariest boss in the entire run here. Basically, it's going to be yet another one where we're trying to skip the second phase by setting up an exact amount of both stagger and health on the enemy so that we can stagger it right as it would normally transition into the second phase. So, okay, decent-ish opener. Okay, so he's got to get some weapon arts in here. Now, he's doing some long combos. That's, yeah. So he basically needs to find some of the openings where Morgott is going to do a longer attack that he can walk behind Morgott so that Morgott is going to miss. In that case, he was doing really long combos. You'll see also there blanxz through a throwing dagger. That's to keep the stagger amount that he has, because if you don't keep it, if he lets his posture recover, then we are going to have to deal with that second phase. So hopefully this time it goes better. That's why we did get the extra blood grease. So hopefully this time we can get it here. So the buff with the Golden Vow is super important as well because it gives that 15% extra damage that we're gonna need.
Okay, yeah, and you see on the refight here, you don't get the cutscene, so he's all the way over there and we don't get warped to be right in front of him.
Yeah, we do not get the same sort of guaranteed opener, but blanxz should know how to make it up here. Okay, one weapon art, that's good. A second one, an R1. Okay, this is scary, but he got the stagger. Very nice. Get the bleed, take the riposte. He needs a little stamina. Great. Okay, now he's going to do a couple weapon arts here. Oh, beautiful.
Wow.
Okay, but this is scary. Yeah. Good decision, good decision. He only needs a little bit more damage, but during this transition, Morgott takes massively reduced damage, but once it's done, we got him.
Nicely done.
That fight is very, very volatile, and yeah, on the refight, you don't get the guaranteed opener, so it's just really scary.
I was a little bit scared there, I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, good job.
Okay, so now that we've fulfilled our quest of heading to the royal capital, we took out Morgott, and the game's supposed to end right there. But apparently there is a impenetrable mantle of thorns guarding the Erdtree. We can't quite get in, so we're going to be saying hi to Melina once again. She's going to give us a quest to go to the mountaintops of the giants. We're going to be seeking the Flame of Ruin, and we're going to need to burn the Erdtree to the ground. So she's going to give us a medallion, which is the roll medallion. So now we have access to the Forbidden Lands. We're going to go ahead and we're going to level up our stats to 25 and 46. And then we're going to go back to the East Capital Rampart and do the skip again. There's going to be lots of running here, so just a heads up, there's going to be a lot of time for donations. So here we can get started with that.
Absolutely. Nobody Alley donates $15 and says, well, in Margit, the Fell Omen voice, "Well, thou art of passing skill. Speedrunner blood must truly run through thy veins, tarnished." Thank you, Nobody Alley.
All right.
The Flying Cushman donates $1,000. I'm so loud after that. And they say, "An amazing run for an amazing cause. Best of luck. Looking forward to a DLC masterclass. Praise the sun and praise the Erdtree." Thank you so much for that. Y'all, we still got to raise over $64,000 by the end of this run. You think we could do it?
Oh, we could definitely do it.
We got the countdown going in the crowd. We got the countdown going in the Twitch chat. I need to feel your excitement. Let me hear you scream. Let's go! All right. Charybdic donates $50 and says, "Choo-choo, all aboard the 2 Milli Express." Heart. $50 from Kaylee Strawberry, who says, "Such a great show to see. blanxz is killing it." We have a $25 donation from Hollywood, who says, "Let's get this DLC run. Hidden path ahead." Oh, this is interesting. Gray donates $10 and says, "Can we get an impression of Adef doing Hank Hill?"
Oh,
okay.
Aggie knows Adef the best. It's gotta be.
How does he do Hank Hill? I don't know.
Bro, I got you. Hey, here's my Adef doing Hank Hill. You want to hear my impression of a drill? Dang it, Bobby.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. I think I could feel the 8F in there.
It's just the drill. Or maybe I'm BDF right now, if y'all know what I'm talking about. Thank you so much to Jester Magnum for your $10 donation. They say, here, together. Cheers to another amazing SGDQ. Sad this event is over and already counting down to AGDQ 2025. Love you all, less than 3 in the chat. It ain't over yet. We have more GDQ. We just need to raise that money for MSF.
Oh, this part's a little scary. So on this bridge, we were kind of being silent because that horse guy sneaks up on him, and I did not want to ruin the audio cue. Yeah, but basically during that bridge, you cannot use torrent, but the enemy gets a horse
for some reason.
Completely unfair, and so you do need to kind of hear when he's getting behind you to do a precise roll there to make sure that you don't get hit. But blanxz had no trouble with that at all. As we get into the Forbidden Lands here, it is unfortunately still a lot more walking. This area of the game is a lot more open, a lot more sort of spread out than a lot of the other areas, and we're already super set up. We wanted to get set up for some of those early game bosses, so we don't need to do as much setup here later. So it is still a little ways to get to the Fire Giant, but we are going to still pick up a few more of those somber smithing stones that can upgrade our weapon. We've already picked up a 6, but along the way we are going to get both a 7 and an 8, and then the 9 is going to come after Fire Giant. And then we never actually get it to 10, which is the maximum upgrade level, but the +9 is good enough for all the bosses that we are going to be doing here. But with that, I think we're kind of just going to be running for a little while longer if we got a few more donations.
Absolutely. 63, yeah, 63,000 to go.
53.
Oh, 53, my bad, y'all. Hey, this is a hard job. All right, you know what, Aggie, can you help me out? Tim Diggity donates $25 and says, Elden Ring DLC hype. Can Aggie do an impression of Blacksmith Hoog when you skip through his dialogue?
Oh, no. Okay, you guys think that I have like a way better memory than I do. I listen to this guy every day and I can't think of what he says. What does he say?
I know he says lay out your arms at the end.
Lay out your arms. It's probably something like that, okay? Yeah.
$50 from Pierre Creates. They say, shout out to all my homies still stuck on the final boss of Shadow of the Erd Tree. This DLC is no joke, so let's get this incentive met. Love you, GDQ. Soldier of Godric donates $25 and says, can you say the following is Toad? Oh, Toad impression. Oh, gosh. Okay, here we go. You can actively hear my voice being like thrown out the window. Foul tarnished in search of the Elden Ring, emboldened by the flame of ambition, someone must extinguish thy flame!
That was really good.
That was excellent.
That's the best one so far.
That was the best one so far, for real? Are you?
If you ask me, oh yeah.
Undeniably.
All right. Let's see. I am going to read this $200 donation from Gavin, who says, this is the first GDQ I've been financially stable enough to donate to, and I figured why not drop it during the Elden Ring run. What do you grill on the 4th of July? A steak of America. Ooh. 51. Camper donates $250 to MSF, and they say 2 million hype. Hype. Love you, GDQ. Yeah, let's hit that 2 million. We have a $100 donation from Igon. I've done this like 4 times now.
I can do this one if you want.
Do it.
All right. Let me take the mic a little away. I feel loud. Curse you, Bale! Oh, wait. Oh, how does it continue? No.
I don't know.
That's all it says. That's all the donation says.
There you
that
go.
you will rue this day. A true Drake warrior. And I, Egon, your fears made flesh. Solid of scale you might be, foul dragon, but I will riddle with holes your rotten hide, with a hail of harpoons, with every last drop of my being. Woo!
Let's go, Mitch. Also, thank you for fixing my pronunciation of Egon. You can tell I played this game like once.
Yeah, you know.
All right, let's see. We have another $10 donation from Platypus King, who says, choo-choo, all aboard the donation train. I think it's time to push another donation train, y'all. 50 minutes, that starts with 5. What about a $5 donation train at 50 minutes? That gives you just over a minute to get it ready. Again, watch that number go soaring. We need to hit 2 million. Maybe we can carry it all the way there. What do you say, y'all? Butson donates $1,000. Wow, thank you so much. They say speedrunning games for charity. It's pretty good. Thanks very much.
All right, we are finally coming up on a little skip here that blanxz is going to be doing. In this frozen snowfield, there is this dragon, which is going to make this a little scary, but he's going to quit out so that the dragon isn't aggroing on us, and then he's basically going to kind of stand on a cliff. It doesn't look like you should be able to stand on it, and then do a very precise jump using some specific camera angles in order to get up on top of it. It actually only saves, I think it's like 10 seconds, but it looks pretty nice. There it is. Nice. Excellent skip. And now we're back to running to fire. Now we can get more donations.
Hey, thank you to Graham, who donates $50 and says, blanxz, mitchriz, and the rest of the couch are absolute legends in the community. I'm so hyped to see everyone donate to such a good cause. Can I get a hype? Hype. Love you guys. Keep inspiring us all.
I actually had a question for you, blanxz.
What's up?
Does the uchi on the horse serve a purpose, or do you just kind of like swinging it?
So, okay, it's a very, very small thing, but if you jump off of an edge and you swing your weapon, you will start falling a little bit faster so you can land quicker. Tiny little micro optimization there. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. The more you know.
Neat. Yeah, it's kind of the same as the bow cancels that we were describing earlier, but the torrent version, the bow doesn't do anything, so yeah, you just use the uchi instead. And he is going to snipe a scarab here that's in a particular spot, and if he hits it just right, he should be able to make it fall off and die so that we can get the Somber 9 here.
Yeah, so this beetle here that we're going to snipe off, you can actually see it like above my character's head right now. This is actually really scary because there's a hand enemy that's going to fall down like directly to my left, so I have to like be very, very accurate. I'm using my mouse to line this up here. Going to aim up towards the scarab. We're going to knock it off. And we're going to watch it fall a little bit, and then run past the scary hand.
Ooh, that is a scary one.
Yeah, it's very, very scary. They call that one the Schrodinger's beetle, because if you don't look at him, then he might not die. It's happened before in runs. It's not pleasant.
All right, we do grab this Grace here so that we can basically warp back once we're done upgrading our weapon, but we're going to go warp over to EG and apply all of those increases. The reason we go to EG and not Hugh is for exactly the reason we were talking about earlier. Hugh has a bunch of dialogue the first time you talk to him, so let's just go back to EG. We already talked to him before. And then the Fire Giant is going to be a very particular set of attacks that blanxz is going to do. Fire Giant could do several different openers, but after the opener, blanxz should be able to basically stagger lock the Fire Giant, but it's super precise. Easy to go wrong, but he does have some extra blood grease to try again if needed. So hopefully it can go well here. But basically, he's going to get off of Torrent and buff, and then he's going to go back onto Torrent in order to iframe through the Fire Giant's attack.
Looks like we're not.
Or he's going to be really
Or he's going to do nothing. Oh, he's going to roll.
That's really bad luck. He might still be able to make it work. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
So the idea here is to break the leg with an Ash of War. This might still work. Going to be short on damage here, but this is going to knock him over. And then we're going to wait for a little bit of stamina. Then we're going to do another combo. We're going to do an R1, then we're going to send him into phase 2 with a charge R2. Hopefully we get it here. The elevation is kind of weird. We did get it.
Got it. Okay, so second phase is also pretty scripted. We're going to try to get a stagger right away by hitting both his hand and his face with this Ash of War right here. If he gets it right, nice. Knocks him over. He's got a very weak spot with the eye.
Did run the Golden Vow, so we're probably not going to kill him.
Not quite, but that's okay. One more hit
One more attack. And
beautiful.
Good save with the roll opener.
Yeah, Yeah, what a save. That was crazy on the luck at the start, and blanxz made it look easy. Made it look like it was something you practice for all the time.
Yeah, it's almost like I do practice this game every day. It's crazy.
It does do that.
Yeah, so the roll there is very, very bad RNG. What's supposed to happen is he's supposed to like shovel snow out of like his plate, and he like shovels snow at you, and we use Torrent to iframe through it. But yeah, so we have now completed our objective. We're going to burn the Erd Tree now, as Melo asked us to do. We're going to the Flame of Ruin. There is a clip of a runner trying to get off their horse here, and they just fall in the bowl. It's very, very funny.
Shout out Zeke.
Shout out Zeke.
So don't do that, blanxz. It would be very funny, but don't do it.
Or do it so that we can get some more donations.
Ooh.
Speaking of which, we can get a couple donations.
I was a little confused, but like, all right, sure. Oh, yeah, there we go. 39,000 to go. We have Zoidbergo donates $5 and says, a lot of fun to watch. Melo, do your favorite impression. I got you. GamesDoneQuick.com/donate. How about that? That's my impression of me telling you to go to game. Yeah, you got it. All right, let's see. How does this sound? We have $25 from Little Button, who says 5 tickets in that train. We have $5 from Lucky, who says train go choo choo. We have $5 from Kes Kitsune, who says $5 donation train choo choo. Oh, that was cute. Choo choo. Okay, we have a $50 donation from Lizzie that just says less than 3. We have a $500 donation from Dan's Gaming, who says, let's get that 2 million. Thank you, Dan.
It's very scary if you spin over here. We're going to quit out. We did get tagged, though.
That was scary.
Yeah, you might have, usually if you quit out and you press the button before you get hit, sometimes you'll come in with not missing the health, but I'm not sure on this one. The health is gone. That's okay. We shouldn't get hit again, but there are safety graces if blanxz wants them.
Probably grab the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are in Fair Missoula, by the way. If we want to get a little bit of lore in, we burn the Erd Tree, then we get teleported to Crumbling Fair Missoula. Our goal here now is to unseal the Rune of Death. That way we can truly burn that Erd Tree to the ground. There's a couple of bosses coming up here, but as we're making our way towards the bosses, we do have time for some donations, so please take it away, Melo.
Absolutely. $25 from Ellen, who says, Shadow of the Erd Tree done quick. Shut up and take my money, respectfully. Anonymous donates $100 and say, let's see that Shadow of the Erd Tree preliminary run. I think it's really cool that y'all put together this run and somehow kept it mostly without spoilers. Like a good way to dip into it. How cool is that? Can we give it up for at least for blanxz, right? Mm-hmm. We have a 30, I think this is true. We have a $30 donation from mitchriz. Okay, mitchriz. Says Shadow of the Erd Tree has taken all of my time leading up to GDQ, so it's only right that I donate to make it take up my time during GDQ as well. Let's see that DLC showcase. Mitchriz, why didn't you just say it, homie?
Yeah, let's see that DLC showcase. I want to see Shadow of the Erd Tree. I want us to hit $2 million before the end of this run so that we can see it.
When did you do that?
Like right before we came up on stage. No big deal.
Okay, so we're going to be stopping at our blacksmith, our best friend once again. We're going to get our weapon to +9 because, believe it or not, it does make the difference for this fight. Coming up, it is going to be the Godskin duo. I'm sure you guys have heard of them. Quickly, I'm going to very quickly use a rune and level up. I did notice that I was short 1 level. I'm still short. Okay, that's fine. We just need to do 1 extra hit at the end. But Godskin Duo is the boss that we're going to be using those St. Trina's arrows on. It is one of those fights that I really need concentration for, so please, Mitch or Aggie or Spicee, please help me out here.
Yeah, so basically he's trying to get just as many sleep arrows in on the 2 of them as possible, starting with the larger one, the Godskin Noble. He's mostly going to do rolling attacks sprinting attacks or jumping attacks because they are a little faster. So the Noble was not too bad. The Apostle, this is really bad because he's close to the other one. If he hits the other one, he'll wake him up, but okay, both are asleep. From here, he's going to do a couple of buffs. He's going to do Golden Vow. He's going to use his Magic Grease, and then he's going to do a specific set of attacks in order to leave the boss at 1 health and staggered. If he can do it just right. Okay, charge attack here. Very nice. Take the riposte from the back so that he has enough time to do both a weapon art 1 and 2. Barely hit him as he's dying. And now basically repeat the same thing here with the Noble. It's a slightly different sequence of hits, but the same idea. Get him to exactly 1 health here. Beautiful. All right. And with this,
a little bit short, but
yeah, the tiniest bit of health, but that's okay.
One level up.
It's crazy that it's so
crazy.
optimized that, yeah, he just lives like that.
And
Boom.
I love the throwing dagger. That was awesome.
Style points though.
Great job, blanxz. Y'all, these donations are pouring in. We have just over 15 grand until we hit 2 million.
Wow.
I feel like we skipped some numbers again.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Did we skip some numbers?
I think we skipped some numbers.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we do have a little bit of time before we get to the next boss if we want to figure out how the total has gotten this high, Melo.
Yeah, sure. We have a $10 donation from Krolikai who says, okay, but what about Hank Hill doing an ADF drill impression? How would I do this? You want to hear my impression of a drill? All right, sweet. Cody C95. Oh, thank you. Cody C95 donates $5 and says, for anyone on the couch to do an impression of Brutal Melo doing an impression of ADF doing an impression of Hank Hill. Did you follow that?
Mitch, take it away.
That's
Go,
Mitch.
Mitch,
Yeah,
go
that's on Mitch.
My drill. Dang it, Bobby.
All right. Somebody clip that. please send it to me.
We're gonna do a little bit of parkour skip here. This is a bird skip. So yeah, normally you'd have to go around and visit the big dragon over there, and where you could get a song for 10, but yeah, obviously not worth our time. So instead we're gonna jump down there, and then we're gonna go up this elevator, and there's gonna be a little railing that we can kind of skirt along. And yeah, it'll just conveniently lead to the Great Bridge where Malekith is. Nice.
Very thin ledge here. Hopefully blanxz can use it. And then the last jump, you have to do a full sprinting jump and curve around in the air. He's got it. Beautiful.
Who would ever fall there?
Nobody would ever.
I don't think anyone ever has.
No, hasn't happened before.
So yeah, that skips the annoying section with the birds and the dragon. Very beloved skip because, as you can see, we have not leveled our HP at all. And as you can see, we end up right in front of the Great Bridge where Malekith resides. But yeah, we're just going to be running past another Draconic Tree Sentinel, the version that we cannot kill with gravity. So we're going to be running past him. Going to get my equipment back on. This is a very, very cool strategy. I am going to, again, call for focus, but any of you can explain it for me. This is a very, very cool boss. I love this one. It's one of my favorites, so help us out here.
And this is one that I've got some experience with as well with some of the previous GDQ stuff. But basically, it should hopefully be very scripted. It's going to look very scary, but I promise that blanxz knows exactly what's going to happen in this. We just need him to do one charged attack at the start, and then everything from there should be scripted. There's one more attack that he's going to have to aim very precisely, but basically he starts with the Golden Vow, and then he's going to get his mana back, and he's going to equip his weapon. Beautiful. Trade a hit here. This is on purpose. Roll out of the way. Roll back in. Get out of here. Get the stagger with the second one here. Beautiful. Take the riposte. Finish him off with one more of these Bloodhounds finesse. We're into phase 2. Walk forward with a little crouch. Do a timed charged R2. Stagger him right here. Boom. Hit him in the face. Little throwing dagger for cheeky damage. Take the riposte.
And there it is.
And there
That's
it
Malekith. So clean. It looks so clean when you get it right.
Less than $10,000 to $2 million. Now, hey, for these last 8 numbers, I want to hear y'all yell them so loud.
All right, let's go.
blanxz, you're killing it. You're doing great.
Speaking of, we are coming up on maybe the scariest boss in this run that blanxz might need extreme concentration for, but like, how can you contain this hype? We are almost at $2 million right now, which is, I cannot believe it. We are gonna see that Elden Ring DLC hopefully very shortly after this run.
Can I get a quick one in that might even stir the hype up a little bit more?
Please do.
Anonymous donates $15,000. $15,000 from Anonymous. They say, gotta get my donation in before the end of the marathon. Pretty sure Doctors Without Borders is doing the Dark Souls of medicine. Here's my max company match for the year. Maybe this will buy a couple Estus flasks. Runner's choice for that file name incentive. So basically, blanxz, what that means is we're trying to name the file for Super Mario RPG. Y'all are so hyped! I love it! Anyway, we're trying to name that file for Super Mario RPG Remake, and you could put $15,000 towards whatever you want to name it.
Let him concentrate first. We'll get back to you. He's cooking. He's gonna go around here and do a very specific Bloodhound's finesse. Hopefully, Gideon will not dodge. Beautiful, beautiful.
I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. All right, help me out here. Help me out here.
All right, he has cooked. So now, if you want any file name you want on that Super Mario RPG, it sounds like you can get it.
What do you think, blanxz?
What are the options?
Literally whatever you want.
Anything you want.
Anything we want?
Anything you want. It's
Elden
your
Lord.
choice. Elden Lord.
Elden Lord.
Elden Lord.
Anyways, that Gideon fight, he needed that focus because as soon as that fight goes even a little bit off script, if he rolls out of any of those attacks, it just gets really, really messy.
Yeah.
And that fight is like some of the other ones where if you die and you have to retry, you don't get the scripted opener, and he just spams spells at you. It gets really messy really fast.
Yep. So really glad we got that one first try. There are only 2 bosses left here as we are getting to the end here, and it looks like less than $5,000 left. But we're coming up on Godfrey, the first Elden Lord, and it is another one where it's a very beautiful dance. He's gonna try to circle around him, get some big charge attacks in to get some staggers. All right, he can start by basically just avoiding the attack by running around him. And now he's gonna try to bait out some of the slower attacks where he can get some big punishes in here. That's a good one, that's a good one. He get a charge attack here. Just needs one more. Oh, that was risky, but I love it. Yes. Takes the riposte. Does another Bloodhound's finesse here. Has to do a precise dodge. Beautiful, one more Bloodhound's finesse, and we're into phase 2. All right, we've set him up to stagger at the beginning of phase 2. Beautiful. Take the riposte, and finish him off with a few more attacks. 3! And blanxz gets the kill.
Well done.
I can't believe how perfectly this is timed.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
All right, blanxz gonna level up one final time before the final boss. Let's get to 2 million before we get in there. 1!
Y'all better get on your feet! You better get on your feet! 2! Woo!
GG, everybody. GG unto Mel. All right, everybody, how about some Radagon?
Yeah. Let's get it.
All right. Well, you guys know the drill for boss fights from here. We're trying to skip his second phase. We set up a very precise timing on the stacker. Use our Bloodhound's Finesse to iframe through that stomp. Roll through this one, get a bit more damage on him. Now we know he's going to do a triple slam. And blanxz knows just how to jump it again, and iframe through the last bit. Boom, there it is. One last part to go. All right, we want a one cycle on Elden Beast. We do not want to let him run away. He's got a bunch of very slow transition moves, so we're gonna try to set up a perfect stagger here. He's got to get his stamina back to just the right amount. That looks beautiful. Oh, that's a little unlucky, but that's okay. He can still make this up here. Nice. Excellent, excellent. And we're going to take this riposte. Okay, we might be missing a tiny bit of damage, but this might do it. Let's see. He does one more R1, does a Bloodhound's Finesse. Yeah, it was just a little short. That's okay. We got a little unlucky. He's going to do one transition move. He's going to do some rings, and after that, we should be able to finish him off, and time will be coming up only once we actually see the credits, not when the boss dies. All right, just one or two more attacks here should do it. He tried to pull away.
All right. That is Elden Ring 90% glitchless, guys. Time is going to be coming up when I trigger the credits here. We're going to mend the Elden Ring. We're going to repair the fractured statue of America. I will let you guys know when time is coming up. In 3, 2, 1, and time.
Very nice run.
Thank you so much for having me, GDQ. It looks like we hit 2 mils, so we're not done yet. Let's go. We're going to be seeing DLC. Huge shout out to my commentators, my couch. All my friends have been very, very supportive. Shout out to the Soul speedrunning community. Very, very helpful people. Nice, welcoming. If you ever need anything, please go look them up. Soul Speedruns. They have a link to their Discord. They will help you out with anything you possibly could you need help with. Shout out to everybody here at the live event, everyone watching at home. Thank you so much, guys. This has been an amazing run. Any shout outs you guys want to give?
No, thank you for having us on. Yeah, shout out to you. That was a really good run.
Really good run.
I'm honored to be here, guys. Thank you very much. I think that's about it.
Yeah. All right. I'll read some donations while we figure out what to do next. How about this? Hey, blanxz, you're awesome, by the way. Thank you so much to Argic for your $20 donation. And they say, 4 tickets for a $2 million train. Thanks for an amazing first in-person GDQ, Melo. Can we get your best Scottish impression? There you go, buddy. Argic asked me to do that, full disclosure. We have a $25 donation from Toad. Why am I still doing these? May we get a Toad doing a Hank Hill impression?